The Decision Book, 50 Models for Strategic Thinking by Michael Crodgeris and Roman Stapler is a compact, thoughtful guide to navigating the complexities of decision-making, change, and self-understanding. It presents 50 models drawn from psychology, economics, philosophy, and management theory, aiming to sharpen thinking and improve both personal and professional decisions. Though structured around succinct diagrams and summaries, the book's real value lies in how these models provoke introspection and stimulate clarity. The following summary unfolds these ideas through narrative, highlighting the overarching themes and practical applications embedded in the work. The book opens with the premise that we live in a world overflowing with data, information, and choice. This abundance does not always translate into better decisions. Instead, it often leads to paralysis and confusion. In this environment, mental models, structured ways of thinking, are invaluable. They allow us to filter reality, make sense of competing inputs, and act with more confidence. The author's intent is not to give answers but to equip readers with tools that help them ask better questions. Early on, the book explores models related to self-awareness, including the Johari window, which frames our personality into 4 quadrants: what we know about ourselves, what others know about us, what is hidden, and what is unknown. This model invites a process of honest feedback and vulnerability, underscoring the idea that growth often begins with acknowledging blind spots. Other tools in this section, like the Eisenhower matrix and SWOT analysis, help people reflect on time management and internal strengths versus external challenges. One of the strengths of the book is its way of making complex theories accessible. When it introduces the black swan theory, it doesn't dwell on abstract improbability but instead asks the reader to consider how they plan for the unexpected. In life and work, unpredictable, high-impact events occur, and being strategically aware of their potential existence, even when they seem irrational, builds mental flexibility. The book doesn't stay in the realm of the individual. It shifts into interpersonal and organizational territory with models like the conflict resolution model, which breaks down how to resolve disagreements by separating interests from positions. This model is not about winning, but about understanding deeper motivations and aligning around shared goals. This process challenges ego-driven habits and promotes collaborative negotiation, which can transform how teams function. Another standout feature is how the authors treat decision-making not as a moment but as a process. The OODA loop, originally developed for military strategy, encourages a continuous cycle of observing, orienting, deciding, and acting. It's not just about the speed of decisions, but about cultivating adaptability. In rapidly changing environments, the ability to reorient quickly is a competitive advantage. The book also engages with emotional and cognitive biases that distort our judgment. The ladder of inference shows how we move from observing facts to forming beliefs and taking action, often based on flawed or limited assumptions. This model brings to light how misunderstandings escalate and offers a method to step back and reassess before reacting. It is a call for reflective pause in an impulsive culture. In exploring group dynamics, the book offers models like the Tuckman model of team development, forming, storming, norming, performing, illustrating how teams evolve through conflict and resolution. This is not just a descriptive model but a prescriptive one. Leaders who understand the emotional arc of team development can create more resilient, functional groups. As it delves into strategy and execution, the book doesn't pretend decisions are always rational. The BCG matrix, used to assess a company's portfolio of products, or the 6 thinking hats model for problem solving, show that success often comes from balancing logic with creativity, emotion with analysis. These models demonstrate that decision-making involves multiple lenses, not just financial or operational, but emotional and philosophical as well. The Decision Book doesn't avoid the darker side of decision-making. It confronts dilemmas and trade-offs head-on, offering tools like the prisoner's dilemma to show how self-interest can sabotage mutual benefit. It illustrates how trust and transparency are not just moral values but strategic assets. In competitive environments, cooperation can still be a winning move, if it's carefully negotiated. What makes the book unusually practical is how each model comes with questions to ask yourself. These aren't abstract prompts but targeted, actionable inquiries. What are you optimizing for? Where are you overcommitting? What assumptions are you not testing? These questions help transfer theory into practice. They encourage readers to treat decisions as prototypes, experiments that reveal more than they resolve. The section on motivation is particularly insightful. Using models like Maslow's hierarchy and Herzberg's two-factor theory, the authors show that understanding what drives people, yourself included, can change how you structure work and manage energy. People are not machines. Motivation stems from autonomy, meaning, and a sense of progress, not just rewards or punishment. The final portion of the book moves into change and transformation. It introduces models like the change curve and the force field analysis, emphasizing that resistance is a natural part of any change process. These models don't offer shortcuts but frameworks for managing transition, understanding stakeholder emotions, balancing pushing and pulling forces, and pacing change with respect to human limits. Throughout the book, the tone remains humble and inquisitive. There is no pretense that models are answers. Instead, models are described as maps, tools that simplify but never fully capture reality. This philosophy encourages the reader to be skeptical, to adapt models to their context, and to discard them when they cease to be useful. It's a reminder that no decision-making tool is universal. Ultimately, the decision book is not a book to be read once and shelved. It is a reference, a workbook, and a catalyst for more conscious thinking. It blends philosophy with pragmatism, helping readers become not just better decision-makers, but more self-aware and intentional individuals. Its real power lies in inviting readers to pause, zoom out, and reconsider the frameworks through which they view their world, and from there, to act with more precision and purpose. D.